the seeds of life. So he goes in there and plant the seed with the hope that these seeds will grow. This is a symbolism. And during the path, during that those period of Maadumo,
right,
he says, and as the king also says,
right,
you shall not drum.
Okay.
You shall not make noise of any kind. Don't clap, you don't whistle.
Right.
There's no activity in that land which would destroy the attention and the peace of the nation.
Right. No disturbance.
No disturbances whatsoever.
Okay.
It's not allowed on that land.
Okay.
This is a moment of meditation.
Okay.
So after he's going to plant the seed, which we call Maadumo,
right,
he comes home and he sends
right,
his people to tell the Ghana people that, listen, today we
right,
have planted a seed.
Okay.
So the elders, the old and the wise ones,
Right,
and we the priests
right,
are going in to observe silence, to meditate. And ask for what? Divine blessing for our land. That we may have plenty and have it abundantly for our children and children to come. That we may seek divine guidance.
Right.
That is why they demand what? And it's also a period of stock taking. We don't need noise when you're taking stock. You sit down quietly and contemplate about the past.
Okay.
And see what you can do for the future. So now they go in there, meditate, seeking divine guidance for the land. So it is a must before Homowo that everybody should observe the Maadumo ritual.
Maadumo ritual. Okay.
These two divine rituals follow the Homowo.
Okay.
After Maadumo, there's a period where he goes back and what? Uproots. But and this thing lasts for about 1 month, 4 weeks. After 1 month, he goes back, and lo and behold, in his sacred garden, you see everything booming. I mean, coming up, the plants are growing.
Right.
Which is a significant sign of telling the Ghana people, we have results. We've seen results of our meditation. So he comes back and announces it, and says, listen, today is a day of what? Celebration. Now is a day you can drum, dance.
Right.
And this is where some of the others comes in, or the Asafua chairman. And some of the members will meet in his house the next day after Maadumo, planting the seed. Or we say the Maadumo, Eduma, planting the seed. Afangma, which means what? The band is been what? Lifted. He's going to uproot the roots. So he comes back and there's joy. There's drumming.
Right.
There's beating of, anything.
Right.
There's one part I love is where they dance the Pelejo with only the gongo. Yes. And people just dance to it and all the others assemble and then they go and announce that, listen, today the chief prays.
Right.
On behalf of the government,
right,
says he's lifted the ban. You can now enjoy.
Now you can now enjoy.
Then after this comes the Homowo festival.
Okay. My goodness. that's a history lesson right there.
Yes.
But you talked about the Nile.
Yes.
And while preparing for this conversation, I read an article written by Kwate Papafio.
Kwate Papafio,
Right.
Yes.
And that's about 90 years ago. And he talked about the history of Homowo.
Yeah.
But I think he mislabeled the deity with the word fetish. Am I right to say that he mislabeled it?
I think I agree with you. You see, some of the Ghana people label the deity as fetish. No. The old and the wise ones,
Right.
and the elders who are past and gone, made it understand that the Ghana people believe that we all are a viewpoint of God.
Right.
And God is the manifestation of all. God is an expression of all that we see.
Right.
And it's in God's various manifestation, he what? Exhibits some attributes down to the human level.
Right.
So all the gods and goddesses on the land of Accra,
Right.
and in every land, are divine creatures of God.
Okay.
Because the ancestors believed that out of God we all emanated from.
True.
And in him we live, move, and have our being. So you see this in their prayers.
Right.
They say, Ata na nyumo,
Okay.
bomondo bomwendo boshikpon, ade safe ache,
Right.
wala fe ache. File bono.
Okay.
Which means that Father, Mother, God.
Right.
They also know God as what? As a father and mother. Positive, negative force of light.
Right.
So they say Father, Mother, God. Source of all life. Manifest of the world seen and unseen.
Right.
Indeed, we live, move, and have our being. We beg of thee, grant unto us blessing. So they see God,
Right.
the kingdom of God, stretching down from wherever that deity is,
Right.
that big, that macroscopic deity, wherever it is, they see his kingdom stretching down to the level of humanity. And within his hierarchy are gods and goddesses and deities who he can really what? Relate to and send messages through them to the high priest, to the people. So even in the kingdom of God, there's what? Order.
Right.
God, as a living, omnipotent spirit, is what? There is what? Order. It's in itself an order, a cause, effect.
I see.
And this is what the elders made them understand. So the guys believe that till today. There's nothing fetish about what we do.
No.
There's something divine.
Divine.
When we say Nii Wulomo, some people even get scared.
Right.
Nii Wulomo.
Yeah.
It's only a spiritual leader, a high priest. When we go to the Bible
Right.
and we look at the life, the history of the Hebrews, they don't have kings. For long, they don't have kings. All they have is what? Spiritual leaders.
Right.
The Ghana for a long time don't have kings. We have these spiritual leaders who are the high priests, who are the Wulomo.
Okay.
Because we see them as people who are what you call mediums, intermediary
Okay.
between we as human and God. Wulomo, before even in the Ghana history, before even,
Right.
we as Ghana decided to have kings and queens.
Right.
We are the most powerful. We believe in divine guidance.
Right.
So we need these people to go before the higher deities and seek wisdom and guidance from them to come and govern.
I see.
It got to a time when, because of numerous wars and stuff like that, as they migrate, try to find a place of settlement.
Right.
They decided that they should have what we call Tache.
Okay.
Tache means what? A warlord.
Right. Like military leader.
Military leader. To
Right.
lead the people. So, they started screening the young men. And if they find you worthy, strong, start with this, they put you on the battlefront.
True.
When you go to battle, you come back
Right.
to what? To crown you as a hero. They're going to what? Proclaim you as what? A king. Or what? Tache Nupa.
Tache.
So
Okay.
a king in reality is what we call Tache Nupa.
Okay.
Okay? The highest rank when it comes to what? Warlords.
Right.
You are the commander-in-chief.
True.
But guess what? You are the king. But the king owed obeisance to the Wulomo.
Right.
Because our tradition demands that you can be king.
Right.
But we need somebody in particular to lead people to war. And to do that, we have to go to the Wulomo, who is in constant medication, interacting with divine, interacting with God, that God will give him messages. So before even the king goes to war, he's saying people to bring what? The chief priest in.
To say the prayers for them.
Say the prayers.
Right.
And normally what happens, the chief priest will tell the king who should lead the war.
Right. Well, he's the person who can pick the right person to lead the war.
Thank you very much.
Right.
And this thing has been existing, even in the Hebrew tradition, it's been existing for a long time. You see King David going to go and bring the chief priest.
Right. That's exactly how it is. Now we're running out of time, but I want to thank Nii Akushey for the time that you've given this program, this show. Coincidentally, today is the 60th birthday of the CPP.
Oh, congratulations.
And the people of Ghana, the Ghana people of Ghana, who I call tribal blind, made Ghana what it is today. I can't even thank you, but God knows how much I feel your presence. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Right.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome back to Divine Speech and African Traditionalism. I'm having a conversation with Nii Akushey, a prominent high priest of the Ghana Adango nation state. We're talking about Homowo. And Nii, I have a question about the day 2 of the festival, that no fishermen or farmers go to work. What is that all about?
This is also a period where we say the Ulache. Ulache is an elder,
right,
or the chief who controls all the affairs of the sea and its shores. In other words, the Wulache is that person who dictates when to go to sea and when not to go to sea.
All right.
We got something in Ghana called Agba Adran. It is like this. Fishermen go deep down the sea, and they cast their net.
Sure.
They wait for about a week or so, or 3 days, and they go and pull the net.
Okay.
By that time, they believe the net would have what? Had a lot of what? Fish.
Right.
And they bring them home.
Okay.
He is the person who will say, today is your turn for you to do it.
Right.
And today is not your turn.
I see.
It's what we call the Wulache, the chief of the sea, who controls the affairs of the sea.
Okay.
Now, during that period, he goes to the seashore and performs a ceremony.
Okay.
Which says that during this period, nobody should go fishing.